Before we get into today's episode, let me ask you something. Do you know what your current level of English really is? Understanding your level is crucial to tracking your progress and ensuring your hard work is paying off. That's why I've created a quick and easy English level test that you can take right now for free. Find out your level instantly. Just head to thebritishenglishpodcast.com/testme or check the link in the show notes.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at usaa.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Hello and welcome back to the British English Podcast. And today we're potentially starting a new mini-series that breaks the mould of the culture-led conversations, because today it's all about the language itself. We're going to call them expression episodes. Genius, I know, but let's keep it easy to understand, you know. And it's a bit of a peek behind the curtains of my teaching style in the academy. These days, I think we've got like over 7,000 phrases in there with over 225 episodes and mini courses per episode. And then the weekly learning rhythm, which is just so fun to teach. We meet each Wednesday evening and Saturday morning, and then the students also meet up on Sunday mornings, all of that UK time. And honestly, those Zoom calls are often the highlight to my week. And I'm recording this right now on my 2-year anniversary with my wife. So that says something, right? Either about how incredible the academy is or how pathetic my marriage is. But yeah, I absolutely love those Zoom sessions. And so I thought, let's give non-members an insight into my way of teaching expressions, because after all, that is what learners are looking for, right? So yeah, I'm here to give you 5 expressions that came up in recent episodes that you'll hear in everyday conversations between natives. And these are phrases that actually get skipped quite often in the classroom because they're not like technically necessary. But if you don't know them, you'll always sound a little bit textbooky. So we're here to chip away at that problem today with 5 expressions I've chosen for you that I think you'll really appreciate having in your vocabulary. Have you ever wondered if you're making real progress in your English learning journey? Knowing your level is the key to recognizing your improvements. I have a fantastic tool for you, a free English level test that gives you an instant result. Take a few minutes now to discover your level and continue your learning journey with confidence. Visit thebritishenglishpodcast.com/testme or click the link in the show notes to find out your level of English today.
This episode is brought to you by Marshalls, where you never have to compromise between quality and price. The buyers at Marshalls hustle hard, working to bring you great deals on brand name and designer pieces. Because Marshalls believes everyone deserves access to the good stuff. Visit a Marshalls store near you or shop online at marshalls.com.
So the first one is a pet peeve. Now, a pet peeve is just a small thing that really annoys you. Not something huge like climate change. I'm talking about those everyday irritations that you can't help but notice. For example, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people chew popcorn with their mouths open. And you might think that's not that common. I mean, how often are you going to the cinema in 2025? But when your wife does it when watching Netflix, it becomes that little more frequent. But to give some balance in my relationship, my wife's pet peeve is how I never seem to be able to rush when we're late for a social occasion. She's there running around like a headless chicken, and I'm just slowly getting ready. It really really annoys her. So that's a pet peeve of hers. And we wouldn't actually say, I have a pet peeve. It's a bit robotic. We normally phrase it like how I did before, or one of my pet peeves is, or my biggest pet peeve is this. Yeah, those are some nice natural structures for you to use. And you may have noticed that pet peeves are often shared in interviews or even on dating apps because they tell you something about someone's personality. Like if someone says, my biggest pet peeve is bad grammar, you know you've got to tread or type carefully with them. But yeah, it's a good phrase, pet peeve. And why don't you tell me in the comments what one of your pet peeves is? All right, moving on to vent, the verb to vent. Now, if you vent, you're letting off steam, meaning releasing bad energy by talking about something that's annoyed you or stressed you out. I like to imagine pressure building up inside you, a bit like a kettle about to boil over, and then you release it by talking, complaining, or even shouting. For example, I needed to vent about my boss to my flatmate after work, or she vented about her noisy neighbours to her sister. So you can see we tend to include what we're venting about and who we're venting to. So vent about something to someone, like vent about work to your friend, or vent about the traffic to your partner. It's not a hard and fast rule, meaning a fixed rule, because you could say, oh, sorry, I'm just venting. Don't take it personally. And that would be in a situation where you've had a long day, you come home and you come across a bit angry when you're telling your partner how your day was, and they look a bit taken aback, meaning offended by the way you're talking to them. And then you could say, sorry, I'm just venting. Don't take it personally. I'm just trying to let off some bad energy, and it's just going towards you, but it's not your fault. So don't take it personally. It's similar to complain, but venting feels more emotional. It's about the release, not solving the problem that might be there for you to solve. But yeah, if a friend is venting, don't always try to fix their problems. Us blokes find it very difficult to do that, actually. Yeah. Partner starts talking and your brain goes into solution mode, and by the time they've vented about it all, you've come up with 3 solid options for them, but they just wanted to let off some steam or vent. In fact, this might seem mad, but when my partner comes to talk to me now, I occasionally start by asking, are we venting or problem solving? Yeah, so if they're venting, just nod your head and pop the kettle on whilst keeping as much eye contact as possible. Right, if you're enjoying these phrases, I've created a free PDF where I teach you 5 more bonus phrases, plus I give you exercises that help you actually use the ones from this video along with the bonus 5. And that way, you're much more likely to remember them when you need them in real conversations. And you can grab it by scanning the QR code on screen right now, or clicking the link in the description box or the pinned comment below. And that link will take you to this page. Fill out your name and email to sign up to my mailing list, and then I'll be able to send it directly to your inbox. But yeah, let's carry on with phrase number 3. So next up is, it dawned on me. And this means I suddenly realized something. The metaphor is rather beautiful. It's like the sun rising in your mind, bringing light and clarity. I feel like a priest saying that. For instance, halfway home, it dawned on me that I'd left my wallet in the cafe. Or as I walked into the room, it suddenly dawned on me that I'd forgotten it was her birthday today. Or you could use it in a negative way, like, it never dawned on me that he might be lying the whole time. We do usually use it in the past. It dawned on me that something. But you can also use the present perfect. It's just dawned on me that we're meeting today and not tomorrow. Oh no, I'm sorry. But yeah, I love this one because it's so much richer than just saying, I realised. Saying it dawned on me makes your story sound more vivid and more natural. Expression number 4, thrown in for good measure. This means something extra was added, not because it was necessary, but just as a bonus, like the free PDF you can download that goes with this video. I threw it in for good measure. Or you might say the pasta came with garlic bread and they threw in a salad for good measure. Or she gave a brilliant presentation and even threw in a cheeky joke for good measure. It's often used in storytelling, especially when we want to make something sound a bit funnier or more dramatic. Like imagine a teenage girl being told by her parents that she can't have her friends round this evening. So I imagine she's shouting about how unfair life is as she storms off into her bedroom and slams the door for good measure. And in British English, you might also hear chucked in for good measure instead of thrown in for good measure, a slightly more informal version. And now the 5th phrase, to steal somebody's thunder. This means to take the attention or credit away from someone who was supposed to have their big moment. For example, I was about to announce my promotion, but my colleague stole my thunder by announcing theirs first. You can use it seriously, but we often use it jokingly. Like, oi, don't steal my thunder. I was about to tell that story. So think of it like you've set up the stage, the lights are on you, and just as you're about to perform your big magic trick, someone else walks in and does a bigger trick before you. That's stealing your thunder. And some synonyms might be to take the spotlight, or hog the limelight, or even just ruin someone's big moment. All right, let's quickly recap the 5 expressions from today. A pet peeve, to vent about something. It dawned on me, thrown in for good measure, and then to steal someone's thunder. Each of these phrases will help your English sound more authentic and a lot less textbooky. And remember to get the free PDF where I teach you 5 more brilliant expressions and have designed little exercises that help you properly learn them, and the 5 we've just gone over. That way you're about 3 times more likely to actually remember them the next time you need them in a conversation. To get that, scan the QR code on screen right now, or click the link in the description box or the pinned comment below. That's it for today's Expressions episode. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and if you wanted to join a wonderful group of learners who are leveling up their English every week while loving the process, then head to thebritishenglishnpodcast.com/academy. But if not, I'll see you in the next episode of the British English Podcast. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Before you go, make sure you know where you stand in your English learning journey. I've created a free English level test that you can take right now to find out your exact level. It's quick, easy, and gives you instant results. Head to thebritishenglishnpodcast.com/testme or check the link in the show notes. Because tracking your progress helps you stay on track. We can't use track twice, guys. No, let's do that again. Yeah, we don't have time. Oh. All right, we'll just delete this last sentence then.